Alright, so this is how I use Zoom in my iPad with Doceri in conjunction. Alright, so I start my Zoom session. I'm going to sign in. Clearly, I needed to sign in before I started. Okay. So I use Zoom on my computer. I don't use the internet portal. No. Alright, so I'm signing in. I'm in. I'm going to start a new meeting. Alright, so I'm in my meeting and I'm going to join my computer with my audio. There we go. And so uh, at the bottom here it says screen share. So what I often do, and this is how I normally do it, is I use this. This says iPhone, iPad right here. You double click on it and it will connect to your iPad. Now, if you do not have um, it'll if this is your first time doing it, it'll ask you to load the plugin for it, and it'll download it, and it takes a couple seconds, and then you just tell it that that's what you want to do. So I'm going to click here. So once I've done that, I'm on my iPad now, and depending on which version of the operating system you have, I have Doceri already open. You can't see that right now, but it's open. And you put your finger up to the upper right hand corner and you slide down, and it gives you the option to screen mirror. And then it tells you to zoom on the computer that you have, and there's Doceri, and it shares it this way, and I can do my thing and whatever that is. So this is one method of doing Doceri on the computer. The other option, and I've used both of these, so I'm going to stop mirroring. I'm going to end this screen share. Um, the other option you can use is actually doing your Doceri presentation on your computer and sharing that. So wrong one. Let's see, back up through my computer. So I have Doceri Desktop on my computer and I'm running it um, right now. And so I'm going to uh, open my presentation. Actually, I'm going to open my presentation onto the computer. You can see that right now, which isn't necessarily all that great. Hold on, let me put that back up. There we go. Hold on, we're going to redo this. Sorry. So here we go. We are going to what was that? Screen. I'm going to go to my folder in Doceri. I want to open my presentation. There it is. I'm going to close it for a second. And I'm going to come back here to screen share, but this time I'm going to click the screen share right here where it has the computer. And so I would get this ready before class most likely. I click on resume, and then I have my presentation right here, and I can go through whatever it is I wanted to do for the day. Okay, I thought this was a nice little meme. I hope you enjoy it. All right, so that's how I do my screen sharing. The other thing that you might find fascinating is if you want to um, manage what people see and don't see when you're doing your recording. I have my recording set up so that when I do my screen share, that it just records my screen under one condition. Okay. The one condition is, whoa, that's crazy. I don't know what just happened. I know what happened. Sorry, guys. That was pretty cool. When you do your Doceri desktop and share your iPad screen at the same time, it does that. So don't do that. Bad idea. So I'm going to connect through my iPad alone. So I'm going to disconnect. So I'm going to go through my iPad alone right now. And I'm going to load that. There we go. Now we're good. So when it comes to what I want when I'm recording, and I don't want to see my students in the recording, there's this little box that shows up, and depending on how many people in here, the number of options in this black bar changes. What I do is I minimize this here. It says, when I go to do that, it says hide thumbnail video. So what that does is it doesn't record the thumbnail video of everybody in the session. But suppose I want to monitor what's going on with my students, I can still manage participants right here. So if they want to raise their hand or respond to any of my questions, they can. And if I come over here to the top right where it says more, I open my chat room, and boom, I can see the chat. So students can communicate to me this way. So that way I'm always monitoring. I can monitor everything except for their images here, but I've already set up, I've set it up with my students already that when they log in, that their cameras are shut off. So that's not usually an issue. All right, I hope this is helpful and not too confusing. I'm sorry if it is. I can do it again. Thanks.